Warm welcome, Robin. Wow, I got to take you everywhere with me. That was very flattering. So I want to thank you. I want to thank CNHA Chairman Alvin Parker. Robin, thanks to you, and thanks to all of the members and supporters of the more than 150 organizations that make up the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement. Mahalo. I am pleased to join you this afternoon on behalf of the White House to share some of the President's priorities and most of all to listen, as Robin had indicated over the last 2 days, over the next day and a half, about ways in which we might better engage with the Native Hawaiian community. As Robin likes to say over and over again, Hawaii did do a great job in raising President Obama. And having grown up here, the President understands that the spirit of aloha is rooted in the culture, traditions, and customs of Native Hawaiians, and we honor the extensive and rich contributions of Native Hawaiian culture to our national character. The first question that folks tend to ask is, what do we do? What is the role of the Office of Public Engagement? Our office is the proverbial front door to the White House. The President has been outspoken on the importance of making sure that every American has a seat at the table. So our office of about 20 people work together as a team to follow through on the President's commitment to assure that your voice is actually heard on a regular basis. As you know, the White House is very much aware of S-1011 and H.R. 2314. This is not the first introduction of legislation designed to provide for Native Hawaiian recognition. We are heartened that the bill's sponsors and co-sponsors are continuing nearly a decade after the legislation's original introduction to address this issue and press ahead with this important subject. President Obama has said that he would sign the bill if it comes across his desk, and that we strongly support the core policy goals of the legislation. The administration is obviously continuing to work with the committee and sponsors as specific language relating to the bill further evolves. Now, during the summer recess, our offices are hard at work. Right now, as you know, the Obama administration is deeply entrenched in getting healthcare reform pushed through Congress. Highlights of this include the development of a public plan that can really cover the uninsured, which include, as I'm sure you know, a large number of Native Hawaiians. Health reform includes increased access for Native communities and also eliminates discrimination for pre-existing conditions, health status, or gender. 8% of people in Hawaii have diabetes. Native Hawaiians, however, have more than twice the rate of diabetes as non-natives. And diabetes is currently one of the many conditions that insurance companies could use as a reason for denying you health insurance. So you can understand why reform is such a priority for this administration. Health insurance reform will prevent insurance companies from denying you coverage based on your health. It will end discrimination that charges you more if you're sick or if you're a woman. And health insurance reform will strengthen our system of employer-based health insurance with an additional more than 15,000, so 15,000 plus people in Hawaii potentially getting insurance through their work. Health insurance reform also ensures that you will always have guaranteed choices of quality, affordable health insurance if you lose your job, if you switch jobs, if you move, if you get sick. Health reform will ensure coverage for kids' dental, vision, hearing needs, and will promote quality coverage for Hawaii's seniors, including recommended immunizations. This is sort of a sobering statistic. Since 2000 alone, average family premiums have increased by 56% in Hawaii. President Obama is committed to working with Congress to pass health reform this year that reduces costs for families, businesses, and government, protects people's choices of doctors, hospitals, and health plans, and assures affordable, quality health care for all Americans. The need for reform in Hawaii and across the country is clear. Hawaii families simply can't afford the status quo. We all deserve better. Native Hawaiian communities, this was discussed earlier today, will also benefit from components of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. For example, as you know, the legislation provides $10.2 million specifically for Native Hawaiian block grants to the Department of Hawaiian Homelands for infrastructure development. In order to compete in the 21st century, There are a lot of high school students here. As you know, we need a well-educated workforce capable of adapting to the ever-changing economic environment. So investing in education now will ensure that the next generation of Native Hawaiians are ready and able to meet the challenge of global competition. Right here in Hawaii, the Recovery Act is providing a much-needed boost in education funding. The Recovery Act also includes $1.2 million for the Hawaii Department of Labor's adult state grants, $2.9 million for the Department of Labor's youth state grants, and $44.5 million for Title I education for the disadvantaged to help close the achievement gap and enable disadvantaged students in Hawaii to reach their potential. This funding is also providing immediate relief for children and folks who find themselves rather struggling to put food on the table, put a roof over their heads. It also addresses the urgent need to provide a safe and secure place to live. In addition to the $6.4 million for child care, there's an additional $2.1 million for Head Start to allow additional children to participate in the program, gain access to developmental, educational, nutritional, social, and health services that prepare them to succeed in school. $5 million in community services block grants to local community action agencies for services to a growing number of low-income families hurt by the economic crisis, housing and mortgage counseling, job skills training, food pantry assistance. An additional, this is particularly exciting for a lot of the students, an additional 14,000 Pell Grants will be awarded in Hawaii. And $1.2 million in violence against women grants. And those go through victim services programs, improve the criminal justice system's response to violent crimes against women, to assist victims of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, and stalking who are in needs of transitional housing, short-term assistance, and related support services. There are additional investments in the critical areas of clean and efficient energy and research and development of renewable energy technologies. Now, I could go on and on about these specific programs. Why am I giving you all of this information? I wanted to give you a sense of the ways in which the President integrates issues that affect Native Hawaiians as part of the broader issues that affect all Americans. As the President said on August 21st, I'll read the quote, "The aloha spirit of Hawaii offers hope and opportunity for all Americans. Growing up in Hawaii, I learned from its diversity how different cultures can blend into one population, proud of their personal heritage and made stronger by their shared sense of community. Our youngest state, Hawaii, faces many of the same challenges other states face throughout our country, and it represents the opportunity we all have to grow and learn from each other." And at this juncture, I think this is the reason you see so many of us here today. We are asking for your help. Help in this great opportunity to bring change to Hawaii and to the country. The theme of this year's CNHA convention is making our future now. After such a historic election, with such a historic president, this is a theme that I think a lot of us find ourselves relating to, am I right? There have always been challenges before us. These are steep challenges which will require hard work to address. There will be no magic light switch that fixes the problems that took so long to create. But it's the tireless work that each of you do that makes this real change possible. The community organizing, the letter writing, the passionate dialogue, the discussion, and the direct action that yields results. We all hope that today brings with it a continued relationship on Native Hawaiian issues. As the White House moves forward on a number of issues, we hope to build an ongoing dialogue with the Native Hawaiian community. We really hope, and I don't say this lightly, that you consider our office, the Office of Public Engagement, a resource to you as we all move forward collectively in finding common solutions to the common challenges before us. Mahalo, and please continue to be in touch.